Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lion's Den After Dark.
Woohoo.
I'm your host, Loren Lyons, and I'm here back again with my favorite guest, Sierra.
I'm ready to be in the lion's den. Woo!
Yes. So we are finally here. We're at the reunion of Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, and it's so sad because we love the show so much. But before
Yeah.
we get into it, because there was a lot to cover, we got to go over our house den rules. So first off, we don't know anyone. These are our viewpoints based on what we see on the show. Everything here is alleged. If there's new information that we bring, it's alleged. Okay, we don't know nothing about it. We just what the street committee is saying.
Mhm.
And we're just here having a good fun time in the Lion's Den. So let's grab our glasses and let's get into it. So we're finally here at the reunion. I was kind of disappointed to see that it is at the Watch What Happens Live
Yeah. Yeah.
Clubhouse, but I get it. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the Housewives. It's not.
We're starting small.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um. So interesting enough, if you're part of the Bravo family, then you know that seating charts matter. So if I don't know if guys have been watching on TikTok, I did like a prediction of what I think the seating chart would be. I don't really even know if we count this as a seating chart because it's in the clubhouse, but
Count it. We can still count it.
okay. So if you're counting it, I wasn't that far off.
I can't remember what were you wrong at with your prediction?
So I think okay, let me see. I have it. Here we go. I swapped. I put Jordan and Summer.
Mm.
Not Jordan and Summer. Jasmine and Summer.
Yeah.
Bria and Jordan. I said Preston and Alex, Noelle and Shanice, and then I put Amir and Nick. So I was pretty off. Because the seating charts were Jasmine and Bria. Because that was something that was in the comments. People were like, I don't know, Bria could get this spot. So we got Jasmine and Bria. We then get Summer and Jordan, which I know why they put Jordan second chair, but did she really deserve it?
No, she
Could have
really
easily went to Preston.
didn't.
Then we get Nick and Shanice,
Mm-hmm.
Noelle and Amir, and then we get Preston and Alex. Interesting. But
Yeah.
which I do feel like the second half of the show did kind of switch up, the seating chart a little bit. Cause who was the attention at the beginning of the season was not the attention at the end. So, but it's a nice try to
Yeah.
predict.
Yeah.
Way off. But
Mm. Or I mean, like you said, it's only half counts because it's a clubhouse. So
right.
they probably didn't put that much. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what they be doing back there.
Yeah. So we're here at the clubhouse and we pretty much they jump right into it. How did you feel about the pace of the reunion? Did it feel rushed to you?
It was very fast, and I kind of sometimes felt like the questions were disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
It's popcorning at this point. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what it felt like. It did feel a little rushed.
Yeah, I completely agree. Definitely wished like this could have been a part two, like honestly. But I knew they weren't going to give them that. They weren't going to give them that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I did get a chance to see the extended version, and there were some interesting things that came out of that, and post production interviews that really give a lot more insight
Oh
into
boy.
what was going on in this house. Um, well, we'll deep dive into that. So they start. Well, they started off the reunion with the Alex situation, as we've talked about, because it was the start of the series. Did you catch? I had to watch it again. Did you catch Amir calling Summer? Not Amir. Alex calling Summer. Autumn.
Yes, I did catch. I did catch that. I said, "Ooh," she did not address it.
Because you almost miss it if you're not paying attention enough. I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, "Oh snap!" Because she lied by her name. No, I really do think Summer's crazy though. Genuinely, I think she's
Y-
crazy.
yeah, like I mean, yeah, it looked like her and Alex are not cool. Her and Noelle are not cool. Her and Shanice are not cool.
Mhm.
We have, and then she's kind of rocky with Preston
Yeah.
and Jordan. And
Mhm.
so eventually you have to look at everybody, look at, okay, it can't be everybody. It has to be like everyone else doing the issue. It has to be something that I'm doing.
Mhm.
And yeah, she definitely has some growing to do. One thing about reality TV is it will show you a mirror
Mhm.
of your behavior, but I don't blame them, especially Alex and Noel. I really don't blame them
Yeah,
at
Summer
all.
is just she's just all over the place, and I hope like she's actually taking accountability, like and trying to get herself together because it's a mess.
Yeah, and with this part we did get some more information about what was really going on, or why there was so much tension between Noel and Summer, because people were really trying to figure out why they don't get along, or why Summer or Noel was so like, no, I don't really want to be friends with her. I'm cool with this being cordial. And
Mm,
I understood it from just a little bit that I saw, because I wouldn't want to be around someone who is every moment you get, you're showing me that you don't like me.
mhm,
But what came out of this situation was that, according to Noelle in a post interview, she said that um, when they had the night where Summer, we saw, was drunk and had pushed Noelle,
mhm.
they did have another house meeting. They actually had a house meeting, and it did not make air. And Noelle,
Also,
Noelle.
like so Summer trying to pretend like she doesn't remember is just what is she saying? Like with them saying they have another house meeting.
They had a house meeting about her putting her hands on Noelle. Now I don't know when the time frame between when she had the conversation with Noelle, between when the house meeting was, because that was the next morning, so it may have happened a little bit after. But they according to Noelle, when Noelle understood that, yes, I should have left her alone, but I was trying to help her, like I was
Yeah.
concerned for her. But her thing was that they were like, how do you want to address it? Do you want her to leave? And she brought up the fact that you all kicked out an individual who shoved someone last season, and this is something that no Summer has done again. And she did it to someone else too in the previous season with Bria. So
Mhm.
she felt like it needed to be addressed. And she said they had squashed it when Summer apologized and was like, oh wow, I didn't mean to do that. But she said then when she heard and found out that Summer was going back on that apology,
Yeah.
that's when Noelle was like, okay, well then no, you can go.
Mhm.
And she said it was a whole thing with production, and ultimately, according to Noelle, that is the real reason, one of the reasons, main reasons, allegedly, why Summer left the house early.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very, very interesting. So, because yeah, production really wasn't, according to Noel, like allegedly, production really wasn't hearing to try to send her home. And Noel was like, "Hey, this is not fair." Then
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, but yep. So that situation still boiled over, and then she even gave more insight on what was really said between the relationship with her and Alex, or Summer and Alex, and
Mm-hmm.
what was told to her. Noelle expressed that she had had several conversations with Summer, even explicitly asked her, "Did you all sleep together?"
Believe it.
And she told her no, they just hung out,
I
and that
believe
they
it.
were not, they were cool. He's good, great guy. Cause she said they met up before filming to get the 401 on what's going on in the season. So when she found that out, Noelle
So
did,
did you find out at dinner when she was like, someone you've been inside of or something? That's when she found out?
um Noelle, according to Noelle was not even at the table when that was said. She said that the dinner was filmed for 3 hours. And if you notice with the cuts, it cuts to just being eyes on Summer. Noelle was not even at the table. She went to the bathroom. So she really didn't hear what it was said.
Okay.
Okay. Like, yeah. I
Okay.
was like, what?
Right.
Because we all saw her eating crabs. And I did believe that she didn't hear it because of the way she was eating her crabs. But to hear that Noelle was not even at the table when it was said,
I went on Summer Plant that.
could have, because they said that they were been filming for 3 hours at the dinner table,
Right.
and it was like peaks high and up and down of
Mhm.
the issues that they were talking about, and that had it peaked back up. So
That's
very well could be.
at the dinner table for 3 hours. That's actually crazy, but
Mhm, mhm. So that explained why there was so much tension between Summer and Noelle, especially at the reunion. It looks like they're not gonna get into a good place. I honestly don't blame Noelle.
Who doesn't need her?
Yeah.
We're
It's
fine. Yeah.
we're good. We're good on that. And Alex had a little energy for her as well. And how did you feel about the text message sent, the picture being sent that she took of Alex that was sent to Jordan? How did you feel about that?
I think context matters because I think what made it, I don't know, maybe Alex did overreact. Because I guess I see both sides. Like
Mm-hmm.
on one hand, it's like it's really not that deep. Like if you're out with a friend, I mean, you shouldn't be sneaking though. You shouldn't sneak it. Like you should be like, I don't know. It's weird. The whole thing is weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think either person is like explicitly wrong. Um, if Alex didn't want his picture taken, I don't think it's that weird though. Like he may have blown it out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, child.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's definitely weird because it's like, I guess for me, because for me, if you guys are all friends and you all have that relationship, it's not necessarily weird.
Yeah, that's what.
Um,
Yeah,
it does show, I think, because we're girls. If we do care about someone, like we're putting you in the group chat.
yeah.
So in summer was
Different. It's different. That's why I say the context matters.
mhm,
Like, oh, I'm sending him to my girls to be like, look who I'm hanging out with, versus like
mhm.
a group of friends, and it's just like platonic. Like, oh, like look who I'm with today. Like, what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
And the fact that like Summer was downplaying how she really felt about him.
yeah,
We know if you care
yeah,
about somebody, you're putting them in a group chat. He
yeah,
mattered.
yeah.
But I guess the part that was kind of was how did it get to Nick? And I don't remember how it got to Nick. But Nick, because Nick is the one that picked up the phone and was like, "Oh, you hanging out with Summer?"
Oh,
I don't know if Nick and Jordan were hanging out when it was sent. That to me is where it's like, okay, like if y'all gon', sleuth and be do what people do,
Mhm.
y'all gonna have to be smart about
Right.
it.
Like move accordingly. Come on.
Yeah, like let's come on now. But I don't remember how Nick found out. So, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think there was just other things that Alex saw and was just like, I need to run because
Mhm.
this is not who I thought this was. And
Mhm.
we saw that this
And
season.
the saying "my name is Autumn" thing is super weird. Like, is her name Summer? It's weird. So I would have also thought maybe she was maybe a little weird. So
Yeah.
and Summer's
Yeah.
so intense. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely got some issues. That I hope that she genuinely get some help around. But
Yeah.
I will say the girl brought it this season. That's one thing about it. She brought drama. Um, so then we move on to a Bria and Preston segment where Andy was questioning, what is really y'all relationship? Because we do see a lot where Preston's talking about Bria and how he's annoyed, but then he says this is his sister. So they
Mhm.
kind of get into a little tiff about when Bria got arrested in Germany.
Which I didn't
And yeah, it was like, oh,
know. Right.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
that girl was going crazy. She must have been going so crazy.
Yeah. So she got arrested. She called Preston. Preston got her a lawyer to be able to get out. And I mean, I mean, I don't know. Like that situation was just kind of like, okay.
Right. Yeah. I agree. It seems like they're like I have a brother and sister relationship, and they just like bicker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was very, I don't know if I should say surprised, but kind of like how Simon's comments didn't come up or wasn't aired.
It didn't
And that's very interesting to me.
because
Very
Bravo
interesting.
don't want the firestorm.
Hmm.
They don't want the firestorm.
Yeah. But we like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until you said it. They didn't
They
bring.
did not bring up what happened between.
I
They only
wonder if it. Well, no, Andy has the question, so Andy probably didn't even ask anything about it.
He didn't. He did not ask about it. And I thought that was very interesting because I'm like, this was a very
I
important
mean, did
conversation.
everyone peep it? Maybe not everyone peeped what we peeped. I don't know.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know how you couldn't, but
yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. It could have gotten cut out because it seemed like a lot got cut out. But the
Mhm.
only thing that Bria mentions is that she just feels that Simon doesn't listen to her or value her feelings, and that this was a black space, and you couldn't respect or tried to educate him. And she said she constantly, when you're dating someone white, you have to constantly educate them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of work, but
Not for me, but
cheers to you. But to each his own. They also talk about how they think that Simon's a clout chaser. Do you think he's a clout chaser?
yes, I do. He may not even realize he's a cloud chaser,
Mm,
but I
mhm.
think he's a cloud chaser. He wants attention.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're both using each other, to be quite honest.
I don't understand what's going on. Like, I don't know why Bria can't leave that man alone. I don't know what it is.
She wants a sugar daddy. She wants to be taken care of. She wants to be a housewife.
You might be right.
And I can't say what I want to really say, but he he I think, like they said in the show, is really fascinated by this experience.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
yeah.
That's just all I'll say.
Mhm.
Then we get to Jasmine versus Jordan, where I feel like this is why reunions are so important because I do feel like this conversation is a little bit outdated just because it could have been addressed last season.
Mm-hmm.
But Jasmine does ask Jordan again, what did you mean by those comments that you made in your confessionals where you pretty much shaded that Silas may have other kids? And she says it was lighthearted.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because you don't just that's just a crazy thing to say. Like even in a
Yeah.
lighthearted way, it's just like, where did that come from? Like, that's weird. So I do think Jordan was being shady with
Mhm.
that. I do agree this conversation is a little outdated because we didn't really see them interact the entire season. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when it came down to which the whole inviting to Jamaica situation was a little bit all over the place.
Mhm.
But I think it just kind of showed what we said in literally episode 1 where we were like Jordan holds grudges
Mhm.
because at this point she's trying to make the friendship work. You still want to talk about what Jasmine didn't do or how different she is and how she's changed, but she's tried to rectify the situation. You still can't let it go.
Mhm.
Now it's on you.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I do love that Jasmine was like, no, let's talk about, like, let me
yeah, she
know.
bucked up. She bucked up.
She, and I don't blame her because it's like we're talking about something so old. We've had a conversation. Why is it that you still have these feelings towards me? And then you got your friend group who also is now like involved when they don't have any, like, this is old. Like we've already spoken our piece. Um so yeah, that whole situation was kind of interesting. Do you feel like Preston and Summer were fairly targeted for not inviting Jasmine to Jamaica?
No, they have their own relationship, the three of them, and that's their own bond. And that doesn't mean they're not friends with Jasmine, but Jasmine is in a different place in her life than them. And I think if the three of them want to go to Jamaica together, they should be allowed to go to Jamaica together. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one of the things that even came out in post interviews as well with Preston. He was like, "Listen, we're not that close. Like
Mhm.
we are not friends." And he's like, "I don't know why there's an obligation on me
Mhm.
to be the one to make everyone else's relationship work." He was like, if they all had issues with her, they did not want her to go. I'm not friends with her. So no, I'm not going, if y'all say y'all don't want her to come, you don't want her to come. And I can understand it and I can agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, Preston was in their wedding, but he said he was like he's line brothers with Silas. He does
Mhm.
not really have a friendship
With
with
Jasmine.
Jasmine. So from that perspective, I'm like, okay, yeah, I do understand it. I wish you would have communicated a little bit better in this moment at the reunion.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I feel like, yeah, like you said, Preston could have just communicated it better.
Yeah.
And I think this is also a bit outdated too. Like this, why are we still talking about this Jamaica trip? Like, okay, you didn't go.
Yeah, like I wouldn't, like, okay, you weren't invited.
So
That's
there, like you can go.
listen, yeah, I don't go nowhere. I'm not wanted. So it
Right.
wouldn't have been.
You don't want to be a fourth wheel. Well,
Mm-mm.
I guess, but
So yeah, yeah. But then we move to what the hot topic has really been for the season, or became now, was with the Nick allegation or Nick situation
Mhm.
about, his lack of respect or respective boundaries with his relationship. It did come out that Tasia and Nick are no longer together.
Shocker. That
Like, yeah.
wasn't gonna work. That wasn't gonna work. I could tell that wasn't gonna work.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, what you don't say. Because we could all see it.
Mm,
We could all see it.
mm,
Yeah, so he attributes that they have their own goals. I did appreciate that he admitted that he did embarrass her on television because yeah, like we talked about in our last check-in. I mean, we have to take accountability for all parties involved.
yeah,
We wouldn't be in this situation if you did respect boundaries
yeah, mhm,
and you, even if it was uh you guys were taking a break or whatever, or had your own understanding, then let it be clear so you cannot be embarrassing her, because
yeah,
this is kind of embarrassing. So you're on national TV, so let us know something. um so I am happy that he did admit that, for sure. And in the extended version on Peacock, we do see, because people were curious if Nick, if the situation caused a rift between Amir and Nick, and
mm,
it in fact did.
mhm. And I want to say also before we jump into Amir, well, are we jumping into Amir next?
Yeah.
I want to say that Amir, I started off the season. I think if we look back at the ratings, I started the season. I rated him very high, and I want him off the show faster than Nick.
Yeah.
I don't want. I'm not interested in Amir's storyline anymore. He has nothing to offer. Honestly, like all he has is Natalie, and we don't care. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
Nick can go. I mean, not Nick. Sorry, Amir.
the only reason why I would want Nick to come, or Amir and Natalie to come back, first of all, I would not want them to come back full season. I
Um,
think they need, like, if he was to come back, he needed to be demoted.
mm.
And I only wanted it for the purpose of, I wanted the girls to tell off Natalie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I
I just,
wanted to
I
do
just don't like Amir anymore.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's going to be interesting.
And I love seeing Andy like throw him shade.
Oh yeah, Andy, because he thought he was Andy's favorite.
Mhm.
He really did.
Andy
Oh
was not
yeah,
holding back. I was
he did not hold back. He at all. He did not hold back, and I was like, okay,
mhm.
because yeah, I think this is a defining moment for Amir, and I won't, girl, sorry, I won't I'll be careful with my words here, but this is a defining moment with Amir in making better life choices with the company that you keep. And that is including with Natalie. And if he don't think, if Natalie can do this to Nick, you don't think this can happen to you?
He
You
gonna stick beside her.
he gonna have a rude awakening.
He gonna stick. He gonna stick beside her.
Cause you pay, like, cause he bought the house. He on the mortgage, but she on the deed.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
So
was. Yeah. Uh, Amir seems very confident though in this relationship. Um. So I don't know.
yeah,
I
and
don't
yeah. And what I find, like, it was actually funny was the peanut gallery when he was talking and everyone was like, mm.
know.
And what, like, honestly though, like, what do you do when your whole friend group don't like your man?
That's the worst. It's like dang. It's like dang. I mean, I think
Your
that's
girl.
fine though. I take that seriously. Like I take that seriously, especially when you know your friends are like they truly care about you and they're like a good character. It's like I don't know. It's a little red flag for me.
Yeah, because there
But
was a hush in Jerusalem.
it doesn't seem to be for him. He seems to be like, I know my relationship, and
Whew.
I'm like, all right, Amir.
And I get, to be fair, they're a different type of friend group. Like, they're not his
Close.
type.
Yeah.
But again, a whole group of people don't like your significant other. You got to take a step back and
America.
look at that.
Like Twitter doesn't like her either.
The whole, yeah, she no, and like, that's what, like, to live that and see, like, dang, the person I'm with, all of these people don't like.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That. And even Bria and Simon, like when they were like, "Oh, do y'all think that they should be together?" and everyone was just like, "If they want to." I was like, "Yeah, no way!" Like, no way, no way, no way, no way. But we get this part where we really get to see Nick and Amir go at it a little bit more, and Amir was just explaining that, like, oh well, when it comes to like a relationship, like the scene that it was showing was when Shanice was twerking and Nick was looking. He was like, well, you saw me, I didn't even look her way, and I just feel like, and I told you that I didn't think that was cool because you're in a relationship. And Nick was like, okay, but let's talk about other situations where Shanice, because Shanice, I mean, is don't ever have her clothes on. Don't have her clothes. It was like she took her shirt off and I wasn't looking at her. And there were other instances I weren't looking at her. And we all know that we're not interested in each other. What do you like, huh? So what did you think about that? Or what do you feel? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like in that moment Nick was not respecting boundaries? Was he not? Was he just supposed to close his eyes and run
No,
upstairs?
no, I don't think so. I think Shanice is getting naked in public spaces. Of course, I mean, obviously not shouldn't just be staring at her, but it's like that's on her. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think there is a level of respect that Nick should have had, but I think Amir is doing a little too much.
Is
Yeah.
giving a little bit self-righteous a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Is the
yeah, like
boyfriend gold star.
right, like you, the golden boy.
No.
There are couples that allow their partners and go to strip clubs.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
don't know what they have in their relationship, so I mean, you brought it to his attention. If he wasn't, then again, then it's not your business. If he wasn't concerned about it, and if he's like, no, then it's not your business,
It was definitely a self-righteous moment.
Right. Yes,
Mhm.
for sure. And we then get a very nice read from really both Nick and Noel.
Mhm. Mhm.
Where Amir was trying to still defend his girl, and Noel was pretty much like, I understand you want to defend your girl because that's your girl, but your girl was messy.
Mhm.
And
We know that girl gonna get it.
yeah, like she let him know, like, no, we was having girl talk. It was never gonna be that way. We told her it was not that serious. And the way that she wanted to bring it up was not in the way that we were addressing it. And she went, took information, changed it to make it sound like we were saying something that we were not. And and then didn't even include herself. And then when it was time to talk about it, she went mute.
Mhm.
She was like, no, your girlfriend knew what she was doing. And so then for Nick to come in after that and be like, because she was like, oh, he was just trying to she was just trying to get involved and get to know y'all. She just got caught in the mess, and it
Oh,
just like,
child.
this girl is a grown adult. This
Right.
girl made a decision to go sit
Right.
with them girls and take the information and
I
run with it.
ain't
Like,
yeah. And that's why, Amir, I'm like, if you're just gonna be apologizing for this white woman, like you can really keep it seriously.
like touch grass, please.
We're not interested in that.
Like that. So I loved, and it was so classy. It
Yeah,
was so
she's so classy with it. I love it.
so simple. Nick behind her, like I love that he was just like, well, if your girl wants to get to know people, then she should try to get to know people. Maybe not talk about them.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was like, yes, Nick, you get 2 points from
Yeah,
me.
and that's why I'm like, Nick has surprised me.
Yeah.
He has surprised me.
I'm not gonna lie. I do. When they come back, I want to see Nick. I want to see single Nick. I'm interested now.
Yes, no, I am so happy. I'm actually so happy for Nick. Like, this breakup is good for him. He needs time to be single. He needs,
Yes.
he needs that.
I want to see single Nick.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we talked about Wild Boy before. Yeah, I think Nick could get wild.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm that's a storyline I'm for sure interested in seeing.
Yeah.
Um yeah. Yeah, I do. Noelle has to come back. That was amazing choice on casting,
Yeah, great choice.
bringing everything
Honestly,
that we need.
I was initially skeptical because I was like, do we really need another light skinned girl? But I love Noelle.
Yes. 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 Absolutely. Um so in the extended version, Mariah and Phil were brought up again. It really didn't go anywhere.
Hmm.
Amir just expressed his frustration, which okay. And Summer had her friend back a little bit on that too.
I actually must have missed that part because I don't even remember that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was just on on Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched it on cable.
Okay, yeah, yeah. No, it wasn't on the cable version, but it was on the Peacock version where it was mentioned. And there wasn't much there. They are what they said in the season was pretty much what they said, but
Hmm.
Summer just kind of, I mean, not Summer, Jasmine just was like, well, no, she just didn't like how nonchalant and dismissive you were about it, knowing you were involved. And
Hmm.
that was her issue with it. So she was,
Okay.
Jasmine was on it. And so then we just like conclude the reunion with Summer double down on the insult that she made to Shanice about how she dresses. Yeah.
I mean, Summer didn't like her. Yeah,
And
that's
that's
a friend.
and that's what it is for me is when like say you're going through something and you don't know how to respond to something or do better. That to me is where it discredits that a little bit because it's never you still don't have to be rude and nasty to people.
Yeah.
Because to say that was totally unnecessary. That has nothing to do with what you're going through. Everything to do with you being a mean girl.
Hmm. Mm. Okay, Lauren. Yes. Okay, Bree.
You better catch it because I'm gonna lose it. Like, yeah. No, Summer, that's you. You're a mean girl.
She is. Yeah. And I don't think I fully disliked Summer at the beginning of the season. Like I just kind of felt like whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
not for me.
Yeah. So that was the end of the reunion. Who do you think delivered this reunion?
Noelle. Not even playing favorites. She did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She did. Mm,
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah. I think Noel for sure. For me, also Jasmine and Nick.
I was gonna say Nick too. Yeah, I was gonna say Nick.
Yeah. If we
And
didn't
you're right, Jasmine too. Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree with that. Jasmine, Nick, and Noelle, Nick, Jasmine. No, Noelle, Jasmine, Nick. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yes. I agree with that. Yeah. I think if we can get this Jasmine energy, it made
Yeah.
me interested.
Yeah.
And I think she needs to embrace that, right? Like let's embrace you calling people and let's embrace you doing what you want to do
Mm.
because you the connector. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So she got some redemption last night for sure. Who do you think fell a little short this reunion?
Jordan. First off, don't even get me started on the outfit. Um,
Can't nobody answer my question. Is that Saran wrap?
it's a mess. It's a hot mess. I don't know what it is, but it's just she needed to go back to the dressing room. I don't know what she was
Yeah.
thinking. She got dressed in the dark. Like that was a mess. Um, but yeah, no, Jordan just didn't really give me anything.
No, she can be demoted.
Yeah, she was like the weakest member on that. And it's not stage, but you know, she just
Yeah.
wasn't.
She can go. Yeah, like she could be demoted. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's who I would give it to. I was expecting a little bit more from Bria.
Mm.
I'm happy Shanice did, was able to speak, but yeah, babe,
Yeah, Shanice didn't say much either.
Shanice gotta, yeah.
But I still like Shanice because like there's a comic relief there. Um,
Right,
yeah.
right. And I think that's definitely needed. So who do you think there should be if and when we get a season 3? Do you think that there should be cuts?
I'm sorry. I know you want this Natalie storyline, and maybe we can get it on a smaller scale, like a friendship. They just come up. But I don't want to see Amir anymore. So I think Amir needs to be cut. Um, you might not like this, but I think it's time for Alex to go too. Just
Okay.
because I think we see what his story is. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in anymore Alex or Amir.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we've been wanting new guys. Like I want
Mm-hmm.
guys. So guy wise, I would say Alex and Amir. Listen, you might not agree with this one either, but Jasmine can go. I'm sorry. She can go. Go be a mother and be happy with your man. We're good. I think I'm good on Jasmine. I'm good on Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine, Jordan, Amir, and Alex. Those are my
Okay. Okay. Believe it or not, I'm not that far off. No, because I was thinking about this. Now, some people like I personally feel like they still need to figure out the formula and there's still drama brewing
Mm,
that did catch people's attention. So I would just demote more than let people go. And then the
yeah.
following season, I would let people go. So I agree. Amir should not be, he should not have a full time at least.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex honestly can be demoted, come for a weekend, but
Yeah.
we feel that with someone else that's
Yeah.
single.
Yeah.
Because to me, Jason brought more hype
In
than
terms
Alex.
of-
Jason was Jasmine's friend, the flight attendant.
yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Jason.
He brought more attention, but I really want to see what Phil and Mariah are gonna do in that house.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be a part of who's gonna be made there the entire summer.
Yeah. I agree.
Noel needs to be full time. Preston, we can keep him full time and see how he goes with the new dynamic.
I
If
think
he needs to come for a weekend.
Preston could be like an OG. He could be one of those OGs who kind of like holds the group together.
Right, right. And I think him and Jasmine can share that role if they ever build an alliance. Like if they get together, like if they say we're gonna make a friendship, that
Mm-hmm.
can be a powerful dynamic in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But my concern is if Silas comes back, does it shift the dynamic like for the worse?
I don't
Because
think he needs to come back.
I don't want him to come back either. I quite honestly love Jasmine without him. Like
Yeah.
I like her much better. If we get Jasmine with some heat, I wouldn't mind her serving as an OG in this space, but if not, then she can go home as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um Summer Summer can, if she wants to come back,
Yeah.
Summer,
But
I'm cool with her staying because I would love to see what her dynamic would be with Mariah, with Noelle.
mm-hmm.
Bria can stay.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shanice can be demoted. I like Shanice, I really do, but she doesn't really bring anything, which is
Right.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. You're
Eh,
right.
maybe, and this can be a situation. I think for her, see how she does in the new season, because because she's growing, and that's always great to have a character in the house that's gonna grow and progress.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see the evolution of Shanice. Like she was scared in season 1 to speak up. She was speaking up a little bit more. Season 3, we might get, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I like to have fun, but don't come for me. I'm
Yeah.
with
Yeah. I agree.
So I wouldn't mind her there. She's also single. Jordan can be demoted.
Yeah.
She can come for a weekend or two, DJ one party,
Hmm.
go home.
Yeah, because it's giving nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
And
Absolutely nothing.
I think that was her impression too at the table, right? Like they didn't even say anything.
Right. So you just here for a vacation. You can go.
Hmm.
And I want to see what Nick would be like single.
Single, yeah, yeah. Nick can come back full time for sure.
Mhm.
Which I'm surprised. Didn't think that would.
At all.
But
At all. Yeah, whoa. It's crazy to see how the evolve of a season can go in a couple episodes
yeah,
at that. So, yeah, I'm really upset. For those who don't know, they paused the next season of Summer House. They didn't cancel it. They put a pause. And
mhm.
it's so disappointing because I do feel like there are some things that are bubbling over that I would love to just get fresh reactions to that we're not going to get.
I think sometimes they still film though. Like they might not like have like a plan for like when they're going to air it, but sometimes I feel like they might still just film.
Hopefully they do that because I there yeah. And
Mhm.
this is a bad reason of wanting of Amir and Natalie coming back. I just want someone to tell them off.
Yeah,
That's a bad reason.
yeah.
I just want to see it. I just want to see Noelle chew
I,
her up and spit
yeah,
her
I feel like
out.
it needs to be Noel.
Yeah, I just want to see it. And if Jasmine want to tag team in too as her backup, like I got your back.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I.
agree.
That's just what I want to see. Because what do? You come into this space. We know you don't like us. You think we're gonna be your friend?
Right. She came over trying to be buddy buddy too.
And that's what she gonna try to do. Hey, I want to see them get her because you just were for redemption for them with the situation. I just want it to happen. That's not a good enough reason, but hey, you know,
I agree.
but
100% agree. Love it. Love to see it.
would love to see it. Well, we don't know when we'll get another Summer House.
It's coming. I think it's gonna come.
Martha's Vineyard. I need y'all to stream it up, run it up,
There's
stream.
already been some outrage about it, so maybe
Yeah, but we need these views to go up because the views was pretty low.
yeah, it was up. It was bad.
It was pretty low. So I need anybody. You don't haven't watched it, and you come across this video, go watch it. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
check it out. It's a
Please,
great show. Love seeing black people on
love
Broadway.
it.
Yeah.
So please run it up. Well, that is it.
That's it.
That's the conclusion of Summer House Martha's Vineyard season 2.
Until
Thank
next
you.
time.
Yes, thank you everyone for following along with us. If you're going to go back and watch it, appreciate you guys coming on and looking at our recap and review. We had such an amazing time. Thank you,
Oh my
Sierra.
goodness. Thank you, Lauren, for having me. Love
Of
all
course.
this drama with you.
We always have a great time here in the Lion's Den after dark.
Baby. Got my new shades.
Ooh, hold on.
Baby, you know
We
how
gotta take it. Wait, thumbnail. Hold on. We always have a great time here. It has been a true pleasure. Y'all let me know in the comments if there's any other shows you would like the Lions Den to cover. Open now to check out new shows because now everything on pause and hiatus. But yeah, so if you haven't yet, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We will be back with more Lions Den podcast episodes starting next week. We have a exciting second half coming your way. So wait, it's coming. It's coming. It's a lot of work, guys. So it's coming. But that is all. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in.
Bye, guys.
Catch y'all later. Bye.